So, as you can see, it snowed, and getting just down the porch is, it's deep. But, oh, we don't have a shovel here. And under the snow is a bunch of ice. So I don't even know if it's that good an idea to shovel it off. But there you go. In order to get out of the door, I had to push the snow away with the door because it's been a little buried. And we have a little winter wonderland out here in North Carolina. Currently, it's a mess in here. We ripped everything out. We rebuilt a bunch of things. We got a couple of the bolts back on. We still have to do 2 more of the bolts. And then it's kind of tough to get underneath of there and get them gripped down so that we can get them locked down. So, and clearly no one's climbing under the trailer right now. So that has to wait till spring, or at least warmer weather. But the bed has been rebuilt, so as soon as we get the bolts back on, I can put that in. I've also rebuilt the little shelf so that it's more stable and level. And I have a new countertop that's going to go on top of it, all the way across the top of all the way across the side of the trailer. And then I have the 2 windows over here. It's all waiting for warmer weather, because as much as I want to work on it, as much as I want to finish it, that's getting in the way. So, however, I did buy tickets to Porcine Fest. It's a festival in New Hampshire in June. A week-long camping trip out in beautiful New Hampshire, where a bunch of libertarians get together and enjoy the weather. So I'll be doing that in June. And I'll be taking my little bean with me. And before that, I hope to do a little bit more traveling as soon as the weather warms up. Till then, I am staying home, or staying with my mom, and I'll be doing little videos here and there of art and game dev and stuff like that. It's a little difficult because we don't have internet still, and I doubt we're going to get any internet until everything thaws, because they have to send out construction to drill a 500 feet line from the road to our house in order to even get internet to us. By that time, Starlink might be available in this area, and then we'll just get it. But regardless, it's kind of pleasant out here. Nice open yard. We're planning for a garden out there in the spring. So there's this little lake. There are ducks from one of the neighbors' houses that come out and swim in it every day. Well, almost every day. They were out there earlier in the cold. They say honey badgers don't give a fuck. I don't think ducks do either. It's freaking cold out there. Out here. But it's really pretty, pristine white snow. What have I been up to the last couple of months? Well, I have been doing a lot of sewing. I've been making these little stuffies right here, and I've putting them up on Etsy for sale. That's been a lot of fun, just getting some of my creativity out of me. I have been doing a lot of drawing. Show a couple of the things I've been drawing right here. And I have been writing a lot more than I have been in, well, all of last year. I just put up my year-end review blog post for 2021. And for writing, it was a bust. I wrote hardly anything. So usually in November I do NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month. In NaNoWriMo, you write 50,000 words for the month of November in 1 month. And I have done that every year except for the last 2 years. I did that 6 years in a row. I didn't do it the last 2 years though. And for last year, I wrote as much for the entire year as I usually write in that 1 month. So it was a bust. I didn't reach any goals for writing. Really, I just stopped. And a lot of that was the stress and the situation and just being unhappy with my life and where it was going or where it wasn't going. I think a lot of it was just not feeling like I was in control of my life anymore. Everywhere I went, I was being told what to do, what was and wasn't acceptable to say. I'm still being told that. I had my first video removed from YouTube the other day for medical misinformation. I said the same thing the CDC says. I can't even say what that is because they'll probably remove my video again. What do you say? What can you say? So, in order to feel more like I am able to speak, I am speaking more. I am putting up a podcast that I will be putting some episodes up on YouTube, but I will be putting more of the episodes up on BitChute and Rumble that I don't feel like they will be acceptable on YouTube because YouTube is censoring people. And you don't even know what they're going to censor you for. You could say exactly what the CDC says, and they'll still censor you. They'll still remove your video because it's not an approved message. So I'm just going to put stuff over on the other 2 platforms, and when I have something nicer to speak about, like books or drawing or something that's not controversial, I'll put it up here on YouTube, because YouTube is now the non-controversial website. We have to be always on our best behavior and never say anything bad, apparently. But you know what? The world's not a pretty place. Bad things happen. People are mean. Violence happens. These things, we can't just wish them away. They don't stop happening because we stop talking about them. And so I want to talk about them. I want to talk about the things that bother me, or the things that inspire me, or the things that are weighing on my mind. The inability to talk about them, to have an adult conversation and discuss them. I think that's how we got to this place. There's a lot of people who are mad at each other. A lot of people who don't want to be friends with each other. A lot of people who refuse to listen to the other side or a dissenting opinion. You could agree on everything except for one small point, and they won't be your friend anymore because you disagree with that one point. It's not okay. There are reasons people disagree about things. If I have a different opinion than you about something, that doesn't necessarily make me a bad person. Just because... And now I'm censoring myself. I don't want to say anything that'll get this removed from YouTube. So follow me on BitChute, Minds, Rumble. That's where I'm going to put my thoughts from now on. That's where I'm going to put the deep, philosophical, real thoughts. Here's going to be sunshine and roses because that's all YouTube wants. And if you are still only using YouTube, well, that's your choice. But eventually, YouTube only wants mainstream media. That's where their money is. That is, they are being paid by talk show hosts and ABC and NBC and CNN. They are being paid by those companies to promote their videos. So if finding real people, finding Billy Bob Joe from down the corner, or whenever there's a natural disaster in the US, try this. There was an earthquake in California. And 2 or 3 years ago, probably 3 years ago, when you would go to YouTube, you would say earthquake in California, because you would find out about it on Twitter. Everything goes through Twitter, went through Twitter pretty fast. You would find out this disaster happened on the West Coast. And so you would put that in YouTube and you would say earthquake in California. And all of these videos of the earthquake in California would appear on your feed. And they were videos from the people who were living that instance. When the tsunami in Japan happened, you could go to YouTube, put in tsunami in Japan, and there were video after video after video from people who were on the ground. You can't do that anymore. If you go, there was an earthquake last month, I think, and I went to YouTube, and I said, earthquake in California. My daughter lives in California. I was curious about seeing it. Every single video I found was from a news agency. News agencies and curators. Not a single person, not a single video from an actual person. Not a vlog, not a YouTuber who happened to be there. Nothing. And I don't like that. If I am looking for videos of an actual event, I want to see from the people who are there. It's like there are protests going on in, last count I saw 130 countries. I want to see the on the ground people. I want to see video from the actual people, because there's been so many instances where the news will take the video and they will edit it, or they will decide on a narrative and they will post that. And like the Covington boys, they got the video, they cut it so that it looked like the boys were doing something racist. And then when you got the full feed, when you actually went out and looked for it, and you had all of the pieces, it was very clear that is not what happened. They were just standing there. They were doing their school chants and stuff, but it wasn't anything controversial. And the other people attacked them. They came over and they got in their faces and they were beating drums in their faces. And all they did was stand there and smile, because they were trying to defuse the situation. There's a difference between the way the news portrayed it and what actually happened. And I want to see what actually happened. I want to see the evidence that is actually out there. I want to see the full feed. I want it. And you can't do that on YouTube anymore. Not easily. So I'm going to spend a lot more time on anywhere else but YouTube. Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, there's a couple of other ones. Because I don't have internet, it's a little harder, so I'm only doing BitChute and Rumble right now. Those are the easiest ones for me to do over my cell phone. It's also why I have been downgrading the quality of my videos to 700p instead of 4K or something. I don't have the ability to do any better. And I'm editing everything on my phone. You know, phones are wonderful. You can do a lot on your phone. But yeah, branch out. Think for yourself. Don't let the media think for you. That's all I gotta say on that. And it's clear to see that people are unhappy with what's going on. And I can't even say what's going on because I'm putting this on YouTube. People are waking up. People are unhappy. And people are starting to fight back. Be it through alternative media like BitChute and Rumble, be it through protests, be it through writing their senators. People are fighting back. People are done. Even civil disobedience, walking into a store without the thing on your face that you're supposed to have on your face in some states. People are doing it. The biggest one I'm seeing is people just moving out of states where those things are required. They're not required here in North Carolina. I haven't had a mask on my face since I left Seattle. I don't have to. I'm not going to. If you think that makes me a bad person, I don't care. And that's where I'm at right now. I don't care. I need to do what's right for me. And right for me is not wearing that thing. And I'll tell you why. On BitChute or Rumble, I can't tell you on YouTube. It's just my personal choice. I don't have to wear it. I'm not going to wear it. I'm not wearing it. What can you say on YouTube anymore? Writing books, drawing. Oh yeah, doing a little game dev. I'm still gonna put up videos, probably less frequently now. I've got one more video that we went down to South Carolina for Christmas, so I've got some video from that. It's just a short little thing about a house on a lake, and that's it. And yeah, enjoy the winter. It's almost over, right? And then I'm going to start traveling a little bit more and enjoying the nice countryside out here. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of historical places out here, like the Kitty Hawk Memorial, or I'm 5 hours from DC. I will go to take a trip to DC and see out all the outdoor stuff, because you can't go inside unless you wear a mask, so I'm not going inside. But there's lots of outdoor stuff to do. So I'll just be doing that. Yeah. That's all I got. Stay safe out there. Branch out. And like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Bye.